Hello, good morning students. See, welcome back to our e-learning session, and it is initiated by Vidyadish Vidya Sankul under the guidelines of Dr. G.M. Sutaria sir. Okay, see, in our last lecture, in our last session, we complete our chapter number 1 and we just started our chapter number 2. Okay, I am just giving you the brief of chapter number 2, and see that here the first topic of chapter number 2 is random variable. See, in the index I told you that random variable is our first topic, that is 2.1.1 discrete random variable, and 2.1.2 continuous random variable. We have to discuss about that. That is the theory. See, theory from this chapter will ask for 1 and 2 marks, that is MCQ, SQ and C section 2 marks, right? But this theory we will discuss in our regular lecture. Okay, so here I am not doing that particular first topic 2.1 random variable right now. I am directly doing, see, the second topic, that is 2.2 district probability distribution is now cancelled from your syllabus. Okay, so now directly turn on page number 80, that is point number 2.3, binomial probability distribution. That is the main thing. That is also one theory as well as practical questions. But for that, first of all, we have to understand about the binomial probability distribution. Okay, see that what is first of all binomial probability distribution. See, in a probability, some experiment has fixed two outcomes. Some experiment, which one? Coin tossed, right? Here whenever we are toss a coin, here two outcomes are fixed, that is first is head and the second is tail. Okay, now in the examinations, if you are giving an examinations, then what? Only two results are there. If you are success, that means you are pass or you are fail. See, the distinctions or the first class, all these things are extra thing, but the main thing is two. The main result is two. One is you are pass the exam or you fail in the exam. Okay, so here in the binomial distribution, what means of that binomial probability distribution? In the, that is the events in which all the, or you can say that is the experiment in which only the two main part is there, two outcomes are there, fixed two outcomes. First one you can say it's a success and the second one you can say it's a failure. See, if you give the examination, right, and you want to be passed, yes, that is the main thing, you want to be passed, but here whenever you are getting the result, that means here if you are passed, that means here you are success, and if you are failed, then you are failure. Yeah, okay, so here the two parts of each and every experiment, success as well as failure. Okay, see that here in the earlier sessions we consider continuous and discrete random variable and the probability distribution of a discrete random variable, that we here right now don't know because we don't have to do that. Now we shall study an important probability distribution of a discrete random variable. What is that? In some random experiments there are only two outcomes. See, there are only two outcomes, that means here pass or fail, head or tail. Okay, so here we call such outcome as a success and failure. Okay, I already told you about that. These outcomes are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means what? If first is occur, second does not occur. If second is occur, first does not occur. That means here both have no effect, as well as both exclusive means what? Both are independent. If first is occur, then second, head is there, then tail is not there. If tail is there, then head is not there. If you are passed, then it means you are not fail. If you are fail, it means you are not passed. Okay, so one is a success and the second one is the failure. Okay, we call such experiment as dystonimus experiments, The illustration of such of these situations are given in the table below. Some situations of this type of experiment is given here. See, I am reading that. First point, to know the effect of the advertisement given to increase the sale of the production units. See, for I would see, I am a industrialist and I am giving a advertisement to the newspaper to increase my production, to increase my demand, as well as for that to increase my production. I am giving the advertisement. What is the success and failure behind this in this experiment? If after giving an advertisement my production is increased, then it is success. If my production is not increased, then it is failure. I am giving an advertisement. I am doing an expense for the advertisement for increase my production, right? Why I am doing an advertisement? Because I want to increase my production. And after giving the advertisement, if my production is increased, that experiment is success. That means whatever I am giving the advertisement, my experiment is success because my production, my ultimately goal is now fulfilled. That means here my experiment is success. Or if production is not increased, see, decrease doesn't matter, okay, but what I want production increase in the production, okay. So if the production is increased, then it is success. Production is not increased, then it is a failure. See, sale increase, production or sale increase is a success. Production or sale decrease, sales did not increase, that means here it is a failure, okay. Now, to find out the error in the letter type by a typewriter, whenever one typewriter type one letter, and if it is an error in one page, yes, if it is error, that means here error observed, it is success. See, now the negativity that won't ask, whatever they ask, we have to consider that. Whatever, see, if you are pass and if you are fail, that means here if you are pass, that is the success, and if you are fail, that is failure. No, what they ask, that's the main thing. What are they asking? That is the main thing. Here what we have to find out, what is the experiment. See the experiment, to find the error in a letter type by the typewriter. I want to find out an error. If I find out an error, then it is success. If I cannot find out an error, then it is failure. See, it is a controversy, right? See, if you say that, see sir, here if mistakes are there, if typewriter type a letter in a mistake or error, then here it is a failure. And if it is not write down, if it is not given any, if it is not taken any mistake, then it is a success. No, what is the experiment? You have to think about that. Here the experiment to find out the error. That's why if you find out the error, that is success. If you don't find out the error, then it is failure. Okay, error observed, that is success. Error not observed, that is failure. To know the effect of a drug on a blood pressure given to the patients of high blood pressure. See, I am giving a medicine of high drug for the blood pressure patients, and if the blood pressure is affected or to the patients, then it is success. If it is not affected, then it is a failure. Okay, so blood pressure decreased, then it is a success. Blood pressure did not decrease, then it is a failure. Okay, and the fourth point, to inspect whether produced item is defective. What we have to find out? Defective. Then if it is defective, then it is success. Then if it is not defective, then it is a failure. What the main question you have to concentrate on that. What we want to experiment. See, what is the experiment is that we have to just see that, and we have to concentrate on only that. Don't use your mind. Here whatever the question will ask, here the question are twisted. Always in the statistics, questions are twisted. Otherwise the questions as well as the answers are very easy. But questions are twisted, and if you are using your mind that here the defective item is a failure and non-defective item is a success, then you are wrong, because the main experiment to find out the defective item. If you found out that, then it is a success. If you don't find out that, then it's a failure. We have to concentrate on the experiment. We have to concentrate on the question asked into the questions. Okay, we have to concentrate that particular compulsory. What we have to find out, that is our success. If it is not find out, then it is a failure. Simple. What we have to find out into the questions. See, find out probability of getting ahead. Find out a probability of getting ahead in one coin tossed. Okay, if head is there, then it is a success. If tail is there, then it is a failure. Probability of find out the students fail into the class 12th in first examination. Probability, find out the probability of the failed students in the 12th standard in first examinations. That here, if you found out the 10 students who are fail in the examination, that is your probability of success. And if you are find out the pass student in the 12th standard in first examinations, that is your probability of failure. Okay, so here it is a controversy. So please keep in mind, whatever the question is there, you have to concentrate only on it. Okay, now see that we are seeing that in the regular practical questions also. If we denote the success by S, success as a small first letter, that is S, and the failure by capital F, for such types of dichotomous experiment, and the probability of such outcomes by P and Q respectively, then P of S is equal to P and P of F is equal to Q. If we denote the success by S, that is capital S, and failure by F for such type of experiments, then see here P of S is equal to what? Probability of success is equal to small p, and probability of failure is equal to Q. Here we are denoting probability of success as small p, probability of failure as small q. Please see that. And always probability of success is always between 0 to 1, because all the probabilities are between 0 to 1, as well as the probability of failure is also between 0 to 1. This is the condition. First thing, probability of success, we are denoting that P of S is equal to P, success is equal to small p, and failure is equal to small q. Always both the probabilities are between 0 to 1. And see here, the one thing is that success plus failure is equal to 1. Total probability is equal to always 1. Okay. If you are pass, then here probability of success. If you are fail, then it is a probability of fail. And both the total of these, that is your total probability, that is probability is always 1. So probability of success, that is small p, probability of failure, that is small q, p plus q is equal to always 1. Okay, see here, 0 less than or equal to p less than or equal to 1, sorry, not equal to, less than p less than 1, 0 less than q less than 1, and p plus q is equal to 1. Three important formulas, or you can say the points are given. You have to remember that always the probability of success, that is small p, probability of failure, that is small q, are between 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, and both total of that two is always 1. That is the three main point of this chapter, of this topic, binomial distribution, binomial probability distribution. Okay, since there are only two outcomes of such of the experiment and both are mutually exclusive, we have p plus q is equal to 1. Yes, and hence that's why we can say on the basis of these, p is equal to 1 minus q, These will transfer on the opposite side, or you can say Q is equal to 1 minus P. This one is the transfer on the opposite side. So these two are also our formula for the practical sum of the binomial probability distribution. This one is the main. P plus Q, that is success plus failure is equal to total probability, right? That is equal to 1. But if we want probability of success and probability of failure is given, then 1 minus Q. If probability of failure is we have to find out, then 1 minus probability of success, then we can find out probability of failure. Okay, so these are the important formula for the binomial probability distribution. It is, if it is possible to repeat such a experiment n times and each repetition is done under the identical conditions that the probability of success P remains constant in each trial, we call such experiment as a Bernoulli trials. See the name Bernoulli trials is given here, and what is Bernoulli trials, that we have to know in the next para. Its actual definition can be given as follows. Okay, suppose dichotomous random experiment has two outcomes, success, that is capital S, and failure, that is capital F. If this experiment is repeated n times under the identical condition and the probability P, small p, 0 less than or equal to P less than P less than 1 of getting a success at each trial is constant, then such trial are called Bernoulli trials. Again, this is the definition. See, you have to remember this definition word to word, compulsory. If they ask what is Bernoulli trials in 1 mark in section B, then you have to write down these 3 lines, compulsory. Okay, so here you just have to remember these 3 lines as a definition of a Bernoulli trials. Okay, now properties, we have to know the properties of Bernoulli trials. What is the probability? See, here we can understood the probability definition. Here Bernoulli trials definition in detail by seeing the properties of Bernoulli trials, and here it will ask in 2 marks for in the section C. Properties of Bernoulli trials as well as properties of binomial distribution, both are important questions for section C. Okay, so please tick out that IMP questions. First, properties of Bernoulli trials. Here the definition of Bernoulli trials is also important in section B for 1 mark. Okay, the probability of getting a success at each Bernoulli trials remains constant. Always the probability of success is remain constant. What means of that? Whenever you are doing one experiment for giving an examinations for taking this one. Okay, so 4 examples are 4 experiments are given here, and 1 example for the pass and fail, the second example for the head and tail. In all the experiment, the main thing is that the probability of success is constant in each and every Bernoulli trials. First point, the probability of getting a success at each Bernoulli trials remain constant. Second one, Bernoulli trials are mutually independent. It is not dependent on each other, independent events. Okay, that means getting success or failure at any trial does not depend on the getting success or failure at the previous trial. Whenever in one trial, if head is there, in the tail is there. See, I am giving one example for that. Experiment n is equal to 2 raised to 1, that is 2. That means here one base coin is tossed. What is the U, H and T? See, what is the probability of success? First of all, what is the probability of H? Getting H, 1 by 2. Probability of getting H, that is your P of A. Now P of B is equal to what? Probability of getting T. that is tail, it is also 1 by 2. This is the probability, right? Now what? Here, if they ask that, here you have to think about that probability of getting head is a probability of success. That means here probability of success is equal to what? If they ask in the question they ask that here the probability of success is getting head in one coin tossed, then probability of success is 1 by 2. Okay, so here getting head doesn't affect it getting tail, that is probability of success does not affect the probability of failure, as well as probability of failure does not affect the probability of success. See, again reading that second point, Bernoulli trials are mutually independent, they are not dependent on each other. Head is independent by occurring a tail, or tail is also independent of occurring of head. Okay, so both are independent. That means getting success or failure at any trial does not depend on the getting success or failure at the previous trial. Okay, now the third point, success and failure are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Success and failure, what is the exclusive and exhaustive? For exclusive, A intersection B is equal to null set for the exclusive event. For exhaustive event, A intersection B, this is the exclusive and this is exhaustive. Exclusive events A and B both are occur but both are independent. That's why here it is the intersection of that two is null set 0, as well as if both are occur simultaneously, that is here probability of A, that is P, probability of B, that is here A is equal to success, B is equal to failure, then both the union of that is always 1, that is U. P plus Q is equal to 1, because only two outcomes are there in each and every experiment. That's why it is called a binomial distribution. Why the name binomial distribution is there? Here in each and every experiment only two outcomes are there. That's why it is called a binomial probability distribution. Okay, so if two outcomes, that is A and B, two experiments are there, two events are there, then union of these two is equal to U. That means here it is probability of success plus probability of failure, union that is plus is equal to U, that is 1, full probability. Okay, so success and failure are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Therefore Q is equal to 1 minus P, or you can say P is equal to 1 minus Q, or you can say P plus Q is equal to 1. Okay, so here only 3 points for the properties of Bernoulli trials are there. It is very easy. Now the main thing, now the practical questions. See, here it is only a theoretical part. Bernoulli trials are asked in the examinations as a definition as well as properties of Bernoulli trials, nothing else. No practical questions regarding that are will ask. But the binomial distribution, binomial probability distributions are the main part of this chapter, and here you have to remember the formula for that, but you have to use this formula also for the binomial distribution, binomial probability distribution. So first of all, write down these and these. These four are the main part of the binomial probability distribution, and after that we will discuss about the original formula of the binomial probability distribution. So first of all, write down these. Okay, I hope you complete this. So I'm not writing on the board. First of all, which lecture I have to write that? This is your first lecture of chapter number 2. And see our progress. In first lecture, we have completed 10 illustration and we are doing first theory portion also complete, second that is 1 to 10 example, as well as third topic first page theory is over. See our progress. In half an hour we are completing, see, total 10 to 20 pages. Okay, chapter started at 63 pages, page number 63, and right now we are on page number 81. Okay, so 18 pages are over. Good progress. Okay, now binomial probability distribution. See that, suppose x denotes the number of success in the sequence of the success and failure obtained in the n Bernoulli trials, then x is called a binomial random variable, and x assume any value in the finite set 0, 1, 2, n. The probability distribution of a binomial random variable x is denoted by the following formula. Here, what is that? See, this is a statistical language. We don't understand that, so I'm just telling you in a simple word. X is a random variable and you have to find out the x, the probability of x here. See, in the probability chapter we have to find out the probability of event A, probability of event B, probability of event C. Now in this chapter, in a binomial distribution, here x is a random variable and we have to find out the probability of particular x. But here we have to write down the formula like this: P of capital X is equal to small x is equal to P of here at the time of P of, you have to write down always capital P, because in this chapter small p denoted as probability of success and Q is denoted by, here it is probability of failure. So here whenever you are writing out the P of, that is probability, meaning of this P is a probability and meaning of small p is a probability of success. Okay, so here you have to write down this P compulsory in a capital letter. P of capital X is equal to small x is equal to P of small x is equal to, the formula for that, NCX into P raised to small p raised to x into small q raised to n minus x. This is the formula of binomial probability distribution. Main formula: P of capital X is equal to small x is equal to P of x is equal to NCX into small p, that is probability of success raised to x, into probability of failure q raised to n minus x, where x is equal to what? Random experiment. That's why 0, 1, 2, 3, up to n. But it is always less than n. Okay. So here n. Now p, probability of success is equal to what? 0 less than small p less than 1. Probability of failure is equal to what? 0 less than q less than 1. X is equal to 0 to n. probability of success is between 0 to 1. Probability of failure is also between 0 to 1. Okay. So here you can say P is equal to 1 minus Q. Small p is equal to, and Q is equal to 1 minus P. Okay. So this is the main formula of probability of binomial distribution, binomial probability distribution. Please write down this because it's a very important. See, into this chapter now, this is only one formula which we will use into the practical one. Okay, so please you just have to remember this one formula. P of x is equal to x is equal to P of x is equal to NCx into P raised to x into Q raised to n minus x. Okay, this probability distribution is called binomial probability distribution. We shall call such a distribution in short as a binomial distribution. See, we don't say that binomial probability distribution. See, it's a probability distribution. Okay, so we don't have to say the word probability. That's why you can say in a simple word, it's a binomial distribution. If positive integer n and the possibility of the success p, probability of success p are known here, the whole probability distribution, that means the probability of the each possible value of x can be determined. If n is known, n is equal to say 5 is given, and probability of success, that is small p is equal to 1 by 2 is also given. Only these two will give on into the question, then we can find out whole probability distribution, right? Why? From this you can say n x is always, see here what we need in the formula, NCx into P raised to x into Q raised to n minus x. Okay, so here what is first of all x? X means 0 to n. Value of x is equal to 0, 1, 2. If n is equal to 5, then x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so value of x already we found out on the basis of n, right? Now NCx, that is 5C0, 5C1, 5C2, 5C3, 5C4, 5C5. Okay, now P that is probability of success, that is 1 by 2. Then on the basis of P we can find out Q also. Q is equal to 1 minus P, that's why Q is equal to, we can say 1 minus 1 by 2, that's why Q is equal to 1 by 2. On the basis of P we can find out Q also, and now put the value here. N is there, x now we find out 0 to 5, P is there, x we know, Q is, we find out that on the basis of this formula, and n minus x, that is also we know that. So if the value of n as well as the value of probability of success, that is P, is given, then say here we can find out, means the probability of each possible value of x can be determined. We can find out each and every value of x, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Each and every value of variable x we can find out, we can determine the probability of that. Hence n and p are the called parameters of the binomial distribution. Underline that particular word, p and n. Hence n and p, underline that full sentence compulsory. It is most important word. Whenever into the questions the parameters, you have to find out the parameters of binomial distribution. They will ask in this format also. The question will ask in the format that find out the parameters of binomial distribution. How you can find out what is the parameters of the binomial distribution? N and p, these two are the parameters. Say it is a call of parameters, or it is known as a parameters of a binomial distribution. Write down, underline this word in this sentence. Hence n and p are called parameters of the binomial distribution. We denote binomial distribution having a parameters n, p as, see, binomial distribution is denoted by b, and here n, p. So parameters of binomial distribution we denote as this B into bracket and P. Okay. Now note, if we repeat an experiment having such Bernoulli trials n times, capital N, see this n is small n, you have to remember in this chapter the capital letter as well as the small letter. Here P is equal to probability, here P is equal to probability of success. Okay, here n is equal to small n which is given into the question, but here n is equal to n times Bernoulli experiment. If we repeat the experiment having Bernoulli trials n times and P of x is probability of getting x success in the experiment, then the expected frequency, see here, now the frequency is there. See, it is, I think so, a familiar word to you. What is frequency? Frequency means what? Here, whenever it is given in a continuous group data or in a discrete group data, the sign to find out the group data. What is group data? See here, in a discrete group data, x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 is given, and the f 5, 10, 10, 5. This one is the frequency, right? Or in a continuous group data, if the 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 is given, and here the frequency is given, that is 10, 15, 20, then it is also a frequency. Now this frequency is given up to in 11th standard, this frequency is given into the questions, but now here in this chapter we have to find out the expected frequency. The note is regarding that. Again I am reading that. See, if we repeat an experiment having such Bernoulli trials n times and P of x is probability of getting x successes in the experiment, then expected frequency of the number of success in n repetitions is equal to expected frequency. Formula for expected frequency. This is a new one. N into P of x. Here P is equal to capital P. N into expected frequency. Formula for expected frequency is equal to N, capital N, always whatever given into the question, into probability of success, that is probability of binomial distribution, that is P of x. Okay, so here N into P of x is the expected frequency formula. Now properties of binomial distribution. See the properties. First property, binomial distribution is a discrete distribution. You just have to remember this property compulsory because it is important. It will ask in 2 to 3 marks in section C, or maybe sometimes in section D it will ask. Okay, so you just have to remember all the points. Minimum, see, from 8 points you have to remember minimum 6 points, and all are the important for the practical question. All the properties point are important for the practical questions. Okay, first one, binomial distribution is a discrete distribution. It is very easy. Now the second, its parameters. See, parameters of binomial distribution is n and p. Its parameters are n and p. The means of the distribution is np. Here mean means what? X bar. Mean, or you can say X bar of binomial distribution is n into p. N, this one into this one, these two, multiplication of these two is equal to mean, and the variance is equal to n into p into q. NP cube. The mean of the binomial distribution is NP, which denotes average or expected number of success in n Bernoulli trials. Okay, see here, which denotes average or expected number of success whenever the question is in a theoretical form, and it will ask that find out the average number of expected success, or average or expected number of success in n Bernoulli trials. Then you have to find out mean. That means n into p. Compulsory. You have to remember all this topic, all this point of properties of the binomial distribution. Now the fourth one, then the variance of the distribution is, variance is equal to n into p into q. N, then p is equal to probability of success, then q is equal to probability of failure. Or you can say on the basis of that, if variance is there, then standard deviation is the square root of variance. That's why you can say square root of npq. Variance of binomial distribution is equal to n into p into q, and standard deviation of binomial distribution is square root n into p into q. Fifth point, for binomial distribution, mean is always greater than the variance. Here, mean is always greater than its variance. Always. And the formula for Q, that is probability of failure, is equal to variance upon mean. Or you can say, see here, NPQ. N is equal to PQ. Variance formula is NPQ upon NP. So NP cancel. That's why Q is the answer. So you can find out Q by this method also. Or you can say this is the formula also. See, it is not a formula, but we can use, if the question is there, if you have to find out Q on the basis of mean and variance is given, then you can find out Q, that is probability of failure, on the basis of this formula, variance upon mean, that is NPQ upon NP. Okay. So for a binomial distribution, mean is always greater than the variance, and variance upon mean is equal to Q is equal to probability of failure. Okay. Now the sixth point, important one, P less than 1 by 2, then the skewness of the distribution is positive. Please remember that, because question regarding positive skewness and negative skewness will ask compulsory. Okay. So you have to remember, whenever the probability of success P is less than 1 by 2, then see, it is less than 1 by 2, that means it is less than 0.5. Okay. Then here the skewness is positive and P is greater than 1 by 2, that means half, more than half, probability of success is more than half, then the skewness is negative. Again, 6 point, P, if P less than 1 by 2, then the skewness of the distribution is positive for any value of n, and P is equal to 1 by 2, then the distribution become a symmetric. That means the skewness of the distribution is 0 for any value of n, as well as the last point, P, if P is greater than 1 by 2, then the skewness of the distribution is negative for any value of n. Okay. So here, positively skewed symmetric binomial distribution and negatively skewed binomial distribution, only graph is given here, but graph will not ask. That's why here you don't have to see that, you just have to remember properties of binomial distribution, and that is your today's homework. See, in the homework you have to just read and learn the Bernoulli trials definition, properties of Bernoulli trials, and properties of binomial distribution. Homework, I am writing here homework. Learn the definition of Bernoulli trials, Just write down that. Please write down definition of Bernoulli trials, then properties of Bernoulli trials, and then properties of binomial distribution. Okay, so here that is your homework. Please write down that in your rough book. And now we will discuss, you have to write down that also in your rough book, as well as you have to learn that. Okay, now we will discuss illustration number 11 from our next lecture. So here I am complete my lecture. So thank you class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.